Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I- Sit back, relax, the world is wide. Oh, 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 oh. Close your eyes, take a mental ride. Oh, 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 oh. Classrooms in Paris, libraries in Milan. Where do you want to stand when the day dawns? Yeah, yeah. Is it Dublin's green or Barcelona's sun? Pick your place, the journey's begun. The study abroad portal, yeah. Dreaming, living anywhere. The study abroad portal, yeah. Life's changing, skies are fair.
And hello, welcome everybody to this webinar brought to you by UCLL, University College in Leuven, and we will be presenting their international degrees, both in business marketing and in computer science. Now, what those programs are about, you will learn in the next 45 minutes or so. We have the program directors lined up for you, as well as some students, so they will be able to hear also some experiences from them. Now, my name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator of today. And I just want to highlight that this is an interactive session, so you can interact with us in different ways. First of all, you can say where you're logging in from through the chat, which I see already many do. Great to see all the different countries logging in, and yeah, to welcome you to this session. If you have any questions, you can write them at any time through the panel called questions next to it. If you do that there, we make sure not to miss out, and we will be answering them at the end. Also, I will be opening up some polling questions. Actually, I will start with one right now, just to get to know you a little bit better. For example, in this case, what is the most important to you in selecting a university program? So thanks to let us know. And last but not least, we have a little fun button, so to say, as well, to even make it more interactive. There's a button at the bottom of the screen called React. If you click on that, you can choose the choice of your reaction. Exactly. So just to make it a bit more fun, and for the speakers especially, because they cannot see you, so at least they see that you're there. Now, without further ado, let's go over to the speakers, and we will start off with the presenter and the program director for the Bachelor Applied Computer Science. I believe that is Inge Stas, and she will introduce herself and her colleagues.
Thank you, Luc, for the introduction. Like it was said, I'm Inge Stas, Program Manager of the Bachelor Applied Computer Science. And I will explain a little bit more about the program we are offering in Leuven. But first of all, I would like you to meet our student ambassadors that will be joining here today. Yara and Lieselot are both from the International Business Management Marketing Program across Europe. Milène is here to answer all your questions about the Applied Computer Science program, and Nandor will be joining to give you more information about the International Business Marketing program in Leuven. So thank you to our students. I will explain a little bit more about applied computer science, ACS or BCS. We both use it. The BCS is for Bachelor in Computer Science, so it's both actually the same thing. What are we doing in our program? We are preparing students to do all kinds of IT-related jobs all over the world. It's a broad program, and you will see that it starts with a foundation, a basic foundation that every student will get. And then afterwards, you can actually choose in which field you want to specialize. And we will help our students to make a good choice there. So don't worry about it if you don't know it right now what you want to do. You will still have plenty of time to make that choice. And often I get the question, most of the times from parents, will there still be jobs in the applied computer science market, since AI is there and they can and AI can do a lot of things. Yes, even more jobs will be necessary. The jobs will look differently, of course, because AI can actually do a lot of the things that we are teaching our students, but there still will be needs of people supervising what AI is doing and building those things together. And in some fields, there will be extra challenges. So, for instance, in cybersecurity, there are a lot of job opportunities there. So what are we doing in our program? Like most bachelor programs or applied bachelor programs in Belgium, it's a 3-year full-time program on our campus in Leuven. It's a very beautiful campus in the city of Leuven. And like I said before, we have foundations in the first half of the program. So year 1 and 1.5, we will have a good foundation that everybody needs. And then from the second part of the program, so mid of the second year, you can actually choose where you want to specialize in. We work with employers very closely. So the business is very involved in the students' learning process. So they will give, and in the beginning it's small projects, but it will grow throughout education, that we will work on real cases from business field. So we have like about 400 started each year. 25% of them is in the English program, and we have the same program in Dutch, which has about 300 starters each year. We divide the classes, or we divide the students in smaller classes, 30 to 40 students. So don't worry, you're not going to be in big aulas with 400 students at the same time, at least not in the first year. It will gradually build up again. So that's this. What are we offering? It's a good program, and we continue building the program. So we don't stay the same for like 5 years or so. Every year we try to build on what we are having and make it more advanced and take the technical changes that are in the computer science world. We take it into consideration, of course. You have options to study a year abroad and actually get a double degree if you want. We have international weeks where we work with our partner colleges all over the world. You can do 1 semester abroad. Well, everything you can dream of, I think we are offering it. So like I said, I was going to talk about the courses we are having and how you can specialize. So this is in the first year. You can see it's divided up in 2 semesters. So from September until January, it's the first semester, and then beginning of February until June, end of June, is the second semester. And we have programming courses like Programming 1 and Front End. Programming 1 is in Python. We have courses about what is inside the computer and how do all those components communicate with each other. And then in the second semester, it builds on how do different computers communicate with each other in computer networks. In the second semester, we have the Programming 2, which builds on Programming 1. And next to the front end from semester 1, we have the back end development. So it's basically designing websites. In semester 1, the thing that everyone can see, the front of the page. And then in the second semester, which is not as visible to the users. It's the backend, so the database behind it and things like that. Like I said, we built a lot we have a project in each semester. So introduction project in the first, and in the second semester we have IT industry discovery. In this project course, we will help you to find which of the um, optional tracks is best suited for you. So we will do workshops on the different tracks. So you will know at the end of the first year, I really want to specialize in cybersecurity, for instance. And so the program builds on. In the first half of the second year, again, you will have some courses and again a project. And this is a project I'm really proud about. So the junior workplace project, and you see in the third year, it's a senior workplace project. So what is it? You are really designing a solution for a company. So it's really the company coming to our school, and they will tell you what the problem is that they want to be fixed, or they want a solution to be built for that. And in the second year, you will take the role of junior in the project, and the seniors of the third year, they will help you and they will give you advice how to do things. And it's really working with the agile way. And so the second and the third year students are working together on a project as a programmer in the second year and as more leading role in the third year. And you can see here that we have in the second semester of the second year, you can take 2 elective courses, and you can take 3 elective courses in the third year. And then at the end of the program, we will have a long internship. And these are the elective tracks that we are offering now. And like I said, we are working on them. So some of them will look a little bit different in courses in the next academic year, but that's because we want to stay up with what's going on in the market. So we have the option to specialize in software development. So if you really want to get more deep dive into programming, then this is a track for you. We have the role of business IT management that you can pursue, and that's basically for instance, business analyst role, where you are in between the business and the IT departments. So you translate what the business wants into a more technical thing. We have the IT infrastructure elective track, which is about hardware, about the cables, about routers, and all things, how communication to the outside world and inside the company is working. And of course, a lot of security is needed in that area as well. So it's a lot of jobs are in that field. We have cybersecurity. Well, you heard about everything that is going on with all the hacking, and so a lot of jobs in that field as well if you want to specialize in cybersecurity. The digital experience is more about how the program should look, more user friendly and things like that. And we have an artificial intelligence track where you learn how to program a large language model. And then if you really cannot pick, you can do all round, where you select courses from the different topics. So like I said, we have a lot of projects and things going on. Maybe, Mylene, maybe you can tell us which is your favorite project course, or what you like best about the program.
Yes, hello, I'm Maylene Eredani and I'm now a second year student. And currently, my favorite one is still server and system management. there's a course in second year, and it's exactly what I wanted. And because I'm more passionate about working with actual server infrastructures and also learning administration, and that's what I am now going forward as I move to the infrastructure. Um, Aside from that, that's going for the junior workplace where we're now going for an actual product. We're talking to the client what they want, what we can do. We're dealing with the front end, back end databases, and how we can secure our entire project. So that currently is one of my favorites, and yeah, I hope that the students will also like it.
Okay, thank you. Um, So what after graduating in our program, we have at UCLL an advanced bachelor program which you can join. It's 1 year after our program, and it will give you more information about how the business is working and how you can apply the IT in the business. It's also a possibility to have a bridging, it's kind of a bridging program to the VUB, for instance, or other programs abroad. You can go directly to a master's degree. Of course, you need a bridging program, so you can do it in KU Leuven if you want an industrial engineering, or you can do it at VUB or KU Hasselt if you want to stay in computer science. Or we have agreements to go to a master's degree with partners outside Belgium. For instance, in the Netherlands, you can do a 1-year program to get your master's degree after that. But if you say after the 3 years at UCLL, it's enough for me, I've done studying, then you can go to the job market. Our students are still very much wanted on the job market. What are alumni actually doing? And to be honest, this is about alumni in the Dutch program, because for the English program, this is the first year we will have graduates. So it's a fairly new program, but there are jobs all over the world. Some of our alumni are actually teaching at UCLL after they've done their masters, or gain some experience in the work field. Some are working in banks in Belgium, or at the police for the computer crime unit. But we have one of the founders of Data Camp is also an alumni, and he's working in New York for the moment. So that's it for me. I'm afraid I cannot stay for the entire presentation here, but you are very welcome to send me an email if you have questions for me. And I think, Dina, you are next.
Dina, please unmute yourself. Just to make sure. Yes.
Classical mistake. Okay, just going to the presentation. Yes. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dina. I'm the program manager for the International Business Management tracks at UCLL. So that's where I'm going to talk a little bit more. So let's start with the International Business Management marketing, the track in Belgium. We call it BBM from Bachelor Business Management, but you can also call it IBM, International Business Management. Doesn't really matter how you do the abbreviation. We have 2 tracks. So within this International Business Management, we have a track in Belgium. So you come to Belgium, you come to UCLL for 3 years and you study here. Or we have a track across Europe, where every year you study in a different country, where the second year is in Belgium. But Anna will go into detail on that track, so I will now focus on the track in Belgium. We call it Trek in Belgium because you are here for 3 years in theory, because we also have some possibilities for you to even go for a more international experience and study, for example, 1 semester abroad, doing an exchange semester, or staying for a whole year, doing a double degree. We have international weeks where you go for a week to another country. Mostly you work on a case combined with getting some of the cultural touch of the country that you're visiting, and also meeting students from there. So, for example, we have international weeks in the Netherlands, but we also have international weeks in America and, for example, in Colombia. So we have a very broad spectrum of international weeks, very close to Belgium or more a little bit more abroad. And then you also, if you want, your final year of your program, we have an internship, and you can also do that internship abroad. So you see, it's a very international program. You can do it in Belgium for 3 years and staying in Belgium, but you can also there go for an extra international experience. But maybe go back and tell you a little bit what is the IBM or BBM actually about. So it's about business with a focus on marketing. So I already mentioned you study here, and here I mean in Leuven. Our campus is really close to Leuven, and Leuven is actually one of the world's top student cities. So it's a rather small, cozy, but very vibrant student city. You will gain a practical experience. And why we say practical, because of course every course has a theory. You get some theory, but we always work in a practice oriented way. So you always put the practice next to the theory. This can be in just exercises, cases, but it can also be in real project weeks that we also organize. The beautiful thing about international business management, or the other program in BCS, the same goes for both. You get to know peers from all over the world. Also in the business management program, so from all students starting this year, which is 120 students, we have 38 different nationalities. So this is, I think, the most beautiful thing about the program. What's also important, and I looked at a poll, so I saw that the quality of lectures is the most important for you. So that's a good thing because we also value the quality of our lectures, and our lectures mostly have a very broad professional expertise. So they come from the business themselves, which means they can also give you some more a practical view on things next to the theory. So they can give you plenty of examples. You can have discussions with them how it is out there in the real world after studying. So that's a beautiful thing. Okay, I think I can move to the next slide. So what will you actually be studying? So it's a blend of business and marketing. You get some strong package of more general courses. I will come to that later. And then each year you move more into the more specific marketing courses. We also have a strong emphasis on digital marketing, of course, because that's a trend. So we follow trends. We also include AI in most of our courses because, yeah, it's also a trend, and we need to be on trend with everything. So we also learn our students how to work with AI in different courses. Can also be just in a project where you get to work on a case and you can use AI and then get feedback on your use, because it's important how you use it, and to be critical, of course, with the outcome of what you put into or what you ask the tool. Okay, so about the courses, 1/3 of the total program. So it's a 3-year program. Each year you have 2 semesters, and 1/3 of your courses is business oriented. Now, think about economics, for example, business management, financial management. You get a little bit of law, but then specifically towards a marketeer, ICT, ethics, so the more general courses. And then 2/3 is actually a deep dive in marketing. So you get communication, strategy, storytelling, web design, brand identity, copywriting, and so on and so on. And also digital marketing and digital marketing advanced, because it's important. So all those kind of more detailed knowledge on the marketing fields. What is very important is, like I mentioned, we work practice oriented. So we like to challenge you, give you a lot of cases, things to work on. Sometimes it's just within the course weeks that you work on a project for permanent evaluation. Often that's a group work, can also be individual, but we have a lot of group works. But we also have specific project weeks. We have the booster weeks. So after 6 weeks of theory, we will skip all the courses for 1 week and really put you in groups where you can deep dive into a case. And this is then based on what you already have learned the first 6 weeks. And we do that a couple of times. So that's our booster weeks. And I see Nandor is with us. So maybe Nandor, you can share a little bit about booster weeks, project weeks, those kind of things, how you have experienced it at UCLL. Don't forget to unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, hear me? Yes.
Yes.
To me, the project weeks were really more of an hands-on experience where you're put together with guys from either the other group or you have to work with people from the Dutch program, so people you have never really met before. And they give you usually a project from a real-life company. For example, we worked with JBC, which is a Belgian clothing brand, and we had to make them a dashboard and make recommendations based on their data. These booster weeks are perfect for you to apply all the theoretical knowledge you had up until that point. And for a whole week, from Monday to Friday, you're just going to focus on one project with others.
Okay. Thank you for enlightening us a little bit on that. Trying to go back to the presentation. Yes. So the pictures that you see here, they are also posts that students post themselves on LinkedIn. So that's also like a little bit of a proof that they really like the hands-on project weeks and then the booster weeks. And as Nander told, it's for real cases, so for real companies that actually have a problem and they want some a group of young people thinking about it, getting their perspective on things. So it's really a good initiative, and it's highly valued by our students. And then we have the internships. So the final year, so your 3rd year, final semester, you have your internship. And also your thesis, where you will actually work as a marketeer in a company. It can also be a different experience. It can be an international company in Belgium, or you can go abroad and work in another country in a company. And yeah, you can work in the field of marketing, which is also broad. And so you can work on the digital campaigns, but you can also work more on making the analysis on sales figures, for example. Why is a brand not performing as well as it should? And then come up with recommendations, or work more on the strategic part. You can be more into sales, for example, and then help with bringing the leads to the company. So it can be really different depending a little bit on what you like, and that's something that you will learn during the 3 years that you're with us. And then once you have graduated after 3 years, you can go into your career. You can say, I'm ready. I've done enough of studying, and you can find a job as a product manager, content creator, websites, communication manager, sales manager, business development manager. So a lot of manager, you see. Yeah? So that's where we see that our graduates end up. Sometimes after 1 year, 2 years of finding a little bit what is in here for me. Maybe you start in sales and then go more into the content creation. That's your own journey that you want to make. But we see that students find jobs very easily because you're ready, and then that has to do with the hands-on way of working, but also, of course, with your internship. So that's very important. And then you can also continue studying, like Inge already mentioned a little bit. Maybe I can share this slide to make it more visual. So when you study, when you have your bachelor's here in Belgium, you have different possibilities. So you can launch your career directly, or you can say, okay, I want to do a master's in Belgium. Then you first have to do a bridging program. It's mostly 1 year and then 1 year of master. So in 2 years, you will get your master's. You can do an advanced bachelor. We have our own advanced bachelor program. So that's 1 year that you add to your track, and then you have an advanced bachelor degree. Or you can do both. You can do an advanced bachelor, which serves as your bridging program, and then do your master's. And this is mostly with partners abroad. We also have a partner in Belgium, but we also have a lot of partners abroad where you can go into your master's via the advanced bachelor, for example. So those are the different tracks. It's all up to you how you want to you want to grow into this. So here you can see what our alumni are doing a little bit. So senior account executive, so that's going into sales, e-commerce and client relations, then information on an internship, someone who's doing customer support marketing at BMW. We have senior associates and founders, so also people who are more into building their own business. We also have a support system here at UCLL. If you're thinking about founding your own company, we can support you on that as well. So you see, it's a broad field of study, and also afterwards we see that our students find their ways. Okay. I will pass the word to Anna, and then we come to questions afterwards.
Yes, thank you, Dina. And good afternoon or good morning. I saw people are joining from all over the world. So depending where you are, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm not here alone. I'm here with Yara and Lieselot. They're not physically with me. They're currently on campus. These are 2 BME students. Maybe say hi.
Hello.
I will try and involve Yara and Lieselot in my presentations. I will ask them some questions now and then, so it's not too boring for you guys, because I'm the last one, but definitely not the least one. So let's go to the presentation. So what I will present to you is the BME degree. BME is short for Business Management Across Europe. It's very similar to the BBM degree, which my colleague Dina just explained to you academically, but the setup is completely different. So our baseline is 3 years, 3 countries, 3 perspectives. As it says, you will study in a different country every year, but I will go into more detail right now about it. So this is a very unique program in Europe. We're very proud of it. It's the only program on an undergraduate level where you can study in a different country every year and obtain a double degree in the end. A double degree, maybe not everyone knows what this is, but it basically means that you will get 2 degrees. So not 1 degree with 2 titles or something, but actually 2 physical degrees. In a few more slides, I will explain you more which degrees those are. The degree is just as the BBM degree and the BCS degree, fully in English. It contains 180 ECTS. Maybe not all of you are aware what ECTS is because you're not all from Europe. It's a credit system we use in Europe. Basically, it means that it contains 3 years of education. And as I already mentioned, you will study in a different country every year. I will show you right now where that is. It's a little small. You can also see the bigger overview on our website, but I will tell you maybe where. In year 1, you can go to Colombia. This is very exotic. You can also go to Finland, to Hungary, to Spain, or to Denmark, which is a new partner in the program. Yara, I think you went to Barcelona and Liselot to Finland. If you could describe Barcelona in 1 word, what would it be?
Amazing. I love it there. I would go back in an instant.
Okay, great. And Liselot for Finland?
Kind of a hard question, but I guess for Helsinki, it would probably be open, because there's a lot of nature there. The city is not too busy, but there is still a lot of stuff you can do. So it was really, really fun and also very easy to travel out.
Okay, great. Let's go back to the slide. So yeah, the students really have an amazing time in their first year because it's nothing like an exchange program. They actually move for a whole year to the country. So you do get to know the whole country. You get to, as Liselot said, the environment. You can go explore the nature around the city where you study. So it's really amazing. So once you finished your first year, you go to the second year, which is in Leuven, where we are all from. This is what your second year would look like in Leuven. You have 2 semesters, which would be your 3rd and your 4th, but you will only have 1 semester of classes. So your 3rd semester would be only classes. Yara and Liselot are now taking a break between their classes, but next semester they will go on an internship. This internship could be in Belgium, but it can also be abroad. It can be in Europe or it can be outside of Europe. So the world is kind of yours. For European destinations, we do have grants available, which is interesting. What is very important for us at UCLL is that we coach the students personally. So, for example, myself and the student coach of Yara and Liselot, if they have a problem, they know they can always reach out to me. That's very important to us because you're traveling from country to country, and not only at UCLL this is the case, but at every institution we have one person that is taking care of you, because that's very important to us. We have very hands-on teaching, as Dina and Inge already mentioned as well. We teach you some theories, but you will also be putting that theory into practice in project work and things like that. So you finished your first year, your second year in Belgium, and then you will move on to your 3rd year. So you will move again to one of these partners. They are in the UK, in France, in Ireland, and in Germany. Maybe some of the logos ring a bell for some of you. And this is where you will get your 2nd degree. In this slide, you can see more clearly what I mean with a double degree. So your 1st degree would be the UCLL degree. That's the Bachelor in International Business Management. And the 2nd degree would be the degree from the 3rd year partner where you would study in your last year. So here are the partners. So the degree depends where you study. So some of our partners focus more on the marketing side, and some of our partners focus a bit more on the business management side. So once you get into your 2nd year of the program, you kind of start to know, marketing isn't really my thing, then maybe it's a good idea to go specialize in the business management side in your third year. You don't have to decide this until you are in your second year. So Yara and Lieselot are now thinking about where they would want to do their third year. Do you have any idea already, Yara or Lieselot, where you would want to go?
We were just discussing it. I'm leaning more towards France or Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm also mostly leaning towards Dublin because of the double degree that I want to focus more on the marketing side, probably. That I would choose Dublin.
Okay, great to hear. Yeah, so in the first year, students usually choose their destination purely because of the city or the country they want to go to, because the program content is very similar in all partners. In the last year, we asked the students to not only look at the country or the city, but actually look at the program and see what interests me, what do we want to specialize in, and let the city be like the second part of your decision. So why would you choose the BME degree? Because you're moving to a different country every year. I mean, I'm sure Yara and Lieselot can confirm it's quite challenging. It's not easy. You have to look for a new student room every year. You have to look for your hobbies. Maybe you have to join a new football club every year. So it is challenging, but it does make you an agile young professional. And this is something you cannot learn when you or learn to a lesser extent when you stay in the same country for 3 years. So it's a challenge, but it also brings you a skill that's very important in your professional life. A second reason why you should choose a BME degree is because it will give you a double degree in only 3 years. Usually when you study in Europe or abroad, in most countries it will take you 4 years. For us, it's only 3 years and you'll get 2 degrees. You'll also get really easy access to the universities I mentioned in my last slide. So the third year partners and also the first year partners are highly ranked universities you don't get easy access to. But once you get into BME with quite an easy access, you have automatic access to all the other partners. So it's a very big asset of this program. You'll get a lot of international postgraduate opportunities. If your ambition is to get a master degree, you can easily join one of our BME partners to go for the master, even without a bridging year. It's just 1 extra year. Or you can, of course, just kickstart your career and go straight into the job market. It's interesting to know we have a search year for all of our degrees. That means that when you finish your degree and you graduate, you are allowed to stay in Belgium or at one of the other countries of the third year for an extra year to look for a job. That's important for students that need a visa. I don't know, Yara and Lieselot, what are your plans for next year? Are you for 2 more years, would you rather go straight to a job or would you want to go study some more?
I'm planning on doing a master's, definitely, but I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna do a gap year between. But I'm definitely doing a master's.
Okay, and Lieselot?
I wasn't planning to because I have been studying for a while, but I'm like still considering it a little bit though, to continue the international experience and maybe go to a different place.
Mm-hmm. You still have some time to think about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's a lot of opportunities. Let me just check if this. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly ask a last question to Yara and Lieselot. What can you say to the students here present about the BME program? Why should they join it? Because I told on my side, but why should, from a student perspective, these students join the BME program?
I think it's a really great experience. The fact that you can study in a different country each year, I think it brings great value. You also get to know different cultures and networking also very important. And I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I also feel like an exchange is already like a very valuable experience, teaching you a lot of independence and how to get along with like different cultures and stuff. And it's already like a big deal to do like a semester abroad, but being able to do 2 or 3, depending on like which country you're from, is definitely like even better in my opinion. And like Yara said, like you see a lot of different cultures and you meet so many people everywhere, and it's just great.
I also feel like the double degree part is also really, really valuable. I think that's also one of the main reasons I chose to study in the BME program, because getting a double degree in 3 years is like mostly unheard of, since it's usually 4 years. So I think that's really interesting. That was a really big part of me choosing BME, and also the internationalization of it.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Yara and Lieselot, for your input. I think we should move on to the Q&A session. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, that's where I come back in. As you see some of the dates also on the screen, and maybe just to highlight that, so there are some other sessions still upcoming. Now the Q&A. So I've seen already questions coming in from the audience. That's of course from the live audience, and we will go over to those. Just to highlight as well, as I know a lot of people watch the recording these days, if you're watching, you can still also write your questions through the panel, and we will be sending them through to the staff of UCLL. And also you can participate in the pollings that I've opened up. So by all means, do that as well. And yeah, you'll find useful links as well at the bottom of the screen. So there's a link, actually, I'm going to open that up right now. And there you see flying in where you can actually find more information if you're interested to apply. So you can go to that portal and then find the degree program and more information. Good. Let's go through to the questions. We received various ones. Nasir asked a question about the requirements for admission and the fees. Who can answer that? About the admission and the fees. Is it the same, the fee for either program?
So shall I answer, or?
Yes, please.
It depends. The fees are not the same for all the programs. For BME, it's very unique, so maybe the student can specify for which program they're interested in. But BCS and BBM have the same fees. There is a distinction between EU students and non-EU students. So the exact prices, I'm not 100% sure, but the EU price is around 1,100 euro, and the non-EU price is around 5,600 euros. And,
okay. Thank you.
And the admission.
Yeah, go ahead for the admission, please.
Yeah, I saw the admission requirements were also requested. Those are it's most easy if you look on our website, because there you can easily look for your country even. We have some countries listed and what the requirements are for those countries. So please have a look on the website. And if you can't find the answer, or if you still have a question, you can always email us.
Yeah, so there you see it clear on the screen, and check that out at your own pace, and do get in touch otherwise. By the way, there are contacts here as well. Maybe that's a good moment to also highlight that, the admissions team. So we have Anne, Mine, and Nadia, and you find there the specific emails as well. So I think that's probably good to know for the admissions parts. Okay, and so just to make sure, for the fees for computer science, is that different? I think Inge was involved in that, but I don't know if Dina or Anna, if you know about that.
No, Correct me if I'm wrong, Dina, but I think BBM and BCS, so business management and computer science, are the same, the fees.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Then we go to the next question. We received from Nendu George. Let's see. For now, oh, sorry, that's the same question actually. So we received that already. So let us know if you want to know something more. Anna had a question. Can I begin my application process without having finished my high school senior year?
Yeah. Dina, we can't hear you. I don't know. You're not muted, but we can't hear you. It's strange. But the answer would be no, you don't have to finish your high school already.
Yeah, Dina, please refresh your screen. Like we did last time. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so you do not have to have your diploma yet. You can apply, and if you are accepted, you will get a conditional admission. That means you can start the program, and once you have your degree, you send it in, and then you get your final admission to the program.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if Dina wanted to add something to that.
No, that's perfect. You
Okay,
can
great.
hear me again? Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
All right, so next question, August, is there only one or multiple bridging studies? And are they all in English as well?
Well, there are multiple. We have a lot of bridging programs in Belgium, but not all of them are in English, of course. But we do have bridging programs in Belgium in English, but there are more. You can also do your bridging program abroad as well. So with the different partners, that's also possible. So there are a lot of possibilities, both in English as in Dutch. So yeah, that's. I hope it's clear.
I hope so too, August. Otherwise, let us know. Stefan had a question. I see the thumbs up, so I guess that's being answered right away. So Stefan had a question. How high is my success in getting admission?
That all depends on your on your specific situation. So yeah, there is not a correct answer to that. It's if you meet all the requirements, then I don't see any reason why you should not be admitted. So, but it's like Anna told us, the best thing is to go to the website and go through all the requirements, and then start building your file. And also, I think the next webinar is with admissions. I think that's also a very interesting one to join. Or send an email to them, but always first check the website, because there's a lot of information on the website. Yeah. So indeed, on December the 10th, or December 10th, there is from dream to application. I don't know if that's the correct one. Maybe Federica, you can tell me which one is on the application, the admission. Is Federica still here?
Yeah, she's there. But
yes, I'm here.
So which because we have some fancy titles.
Yeah.
But which webinar is specifically with the team of the admissions?
Yeah, so the one happening on December 10th.
Okay.
Yes, that's the first one with the admission team that is happening. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see the QR code on the screen. So if you go through the link, you can find all of the webinars there, and you can join December 10th, which is a very, if you are interested, this is certainly one that you should join to ask all your questions to the admissions team.
Okay. I'll put the link on the screen in a second as well. So for those, if you don't have your mobile already, so I'll help you with that. Let's go first to our next question received from Maya. Maya is asking, when is the starting date for studying abroad in Budapest? And how can we access transport and housing? Is there any advice or help?
Yeah, I think it's a student interested in the BME program to start in Hungary, in Budapest. So the start date at all of the partners is usually the first or the second week of September. Only in Helsinki. In Finland, it's already in August. So usually we recommend either way, be in the country and get settled in August. So the first week of September, you're ready to attend the induction week and the start of classes. You are supposed to look for housing yourself, but if you have questions about it, of course, we have a contact person at the university who can answer your questions about this. But usually this process goes quite smoothly. The question about the access to transport, those are things that will be explained to you at the start of the academic year. So, yeah. If you need more advice, we can always put you in touch with our partner in Budapest, of course.
I also have something to add to that. When I was in Helsinki in Finland, once the application had gone through for the first year, sorry, we also got information from them on how to find accommodation and.
Oh yeah, for Barcelona also.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, the partners do try to support you as much as they can, but the actual search will be yours.
Okay. Thank you. And question from Anna, when will admissions for 2026-27 open?
It will be beginning of December.
Okay, short and sweet. Thank you. And question from Maya, is there an opening week?
And you mean probably the opening week, like the kickoff week or getting to know everyone week, welcome week, those kind of things? Yes, we have. So the week before the academic year starts, and we always start the third week of September, so the week beforehand, we do have a welcome week. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Question from Ezequiel, if I say that right. She's finishing a grado superior in finance from Spain. It has 120 ECTS. And the qualification, does it grant access to a 1-year advanced bachelor in this international management program?
It's a very good question, and that this is very specific. So for a question like that, I think it's best that you send an email to me directly or to the bbm@ucll.be, explaining a little bit your situation. Depends on the courses. We do offer top-up programs, but depends on your track in Spain, and then we see whether it's possible that there is a fit. But there are possibilities normally, yes. Yeah, but you can best send an email where we can see concretely which courses you've already followed with success. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next question from Maya. Is it possible to go into a project in event management using the International Business Administration marketing degree?
Everything is possible, but there are no specific courses on event management in the program, to be honest with you. You learn how to manage projects, which are always small events, so you need to plan ahead for the things that you need to do, and you get a little bit of steering on that. But real event management is not a part of the business management courses.
Okay. Thank you. August is asking, I'm attending an international school in Bonn. Do I need to have an IB diploma or is it sufficient to graduate with a high school diploma?
Normally it's sufficient, but I always a little bit hesitant to say yes, because it's very specific, every situation an sich for the admissions. But normally if you have a degree which allows you to do higher studies in your country, should allow you to study here with us. But so it's not necessarily has to be an IB. No.
Okay. Yeah, there's some specific cases. For various questions from people coming up. I mean, I don't know, some are a bit specific. Maybe the best is then to send the email to the.
Yeah, if it's really specific, and especially you have to see a little bit if is it a question on admission, blocked accounts, those kind of things, financial, then just send it to the admissions team, which you could see on the screen, still on the screen. If it's more about the programs, contents, courses, exemptions, those kind of things, then you can best send it to, for the international business management, it's BBM at UCLL or BME at UCLL, or if it's for computer science, it's BCS at ucll.be. So depending on your question. And if we see that, oh, this is actually not a question for us, we will forward it to the right person, of course. So you can just reach out when you feel like it's specific more for your case, then reach out to us. If you're not sure yet, whether it will be BME or BBM, you can also send an email to study@UCLL, and Nadia will dispatch your email to the right person. That's also possible.
Okay. Hope that took care of some of the specific questions. Back to a question from Romina, who wants to apply for next year, for the academic year 2026-27. Do I need to take the exam in order to apply the Panhellenic exam, or are just my grades and high school diploma enough?
From which country was it?
Sorry, from Greece.
From Greece.
Yes.
Yeah. Then normally your high school diploma should be enough.
Okay. And also Romina added, I took the Cambridge exam. Can I still apply?
Yeah, those are the specific admissions questions
I think that if it's an English test,
yeah,
it's valid for 2 years. So it's gonna be close. If she can apply at the 1st of December, I think that's when it opens. I think they can approve.
Yeah.
But on the 4th of December, the English test would be not valid anymore. Well, I also think we missed a question from Hira, but.
Yeah. Thank you. So there's the application portal already on the screen. So if you click on that, then you have it open on your computer and you can have a look. And 1st of December, apply. Question from Hira. If I finish the 3rd year in the UK, for example, do I get the 2nd degree diploma from the UK university?
So this is a BME question, the track across Europe. So yeah, if she would attend one of the UK partners, she would get the 2nd degree from that specific university in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's see, those were the questions I received so far. I have a couple of questions I see in the chat. So for example, from Sheila, will the application fee be refunded if a visa won't be issued?
Also, again, specific admissions questions. The application fee. The application fee, I don't think so. So the 50 euros, because it's a fee for all the administration, and there is already a file opened, and there is already some work has been done. So I don't think so, but to be checked with the admissions team. But I don't think so. I don't think it's refunded.
Okay.
Because the visa is at the very end of the applications process, actually. So yeah, so it would not make sense to refund it because all the work has been done beforehand. Yeah.
Okay, I open up another poll, by the way, just to have your attention to the last polling question as well. And if you haven't answered any of the others, please let us know your feedback. We appreciate that. So I just opened up another poll question about if there's any other information you're looking for. So I'm just gathering the last results. And at this moment, we have a tie. So there is between cost of living or housing. Now, I do know that a lot of people always wonder about the housing, and maybe that was highlighted in this case as well, since you're studying in different countries. How is it to find housing in that case? Can you say something about that? Maybe even the students?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to go. Yeah, so I leave you all to it. Very happy that you all join us, and I hope to see you again on campus one day. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll just finish off with the last question. Thank you, Dina. About the housing, I don't know, Anna or Yara, can you say something about that?
The students can answer.
Yeah.
Personally, for Belgium, because for the rest, it was in another country, so I don't think that would help. But for Belgium, I searched on Facebook a lot. But I'm also Belgian, so it helped that I could visit because there are a lot of scams on Facebook, so I would beware of that. But I would text them and ask them if I can go visit, and then I'd visit the accommodation. And that's how I got my accommodation via Facebook. But I know there's also student residences, and I don't know how these look.
Yeah, and there is also a website from the KUL to find accommodation. It slips my mind right now what the name is. But they have a lot of accommodation on there, and they give reassurance that it's not a scam because it's approved by them. And for Finland, there was what's it called? Like a company where you can apply to get a dormitory, and then they give you an offer in their like apartment buildings, which is like really high quality. But like Yara said, in Belgium, you really have to be able to visit.
In Barcelona, I couldn't visit, unfortunately. That's why I was a little hesitant on searching on Facebook, for example. But I got a student accommodation, and that's always the safest option if you can't visit. But of course, there are other options as well. I think your mic is muted.
Oh, yes, thank you. So I'm just mentioning that the KU Leuven website is on the screen, so I displayed it there for help with housing. So I found that one. But yeah, do check that out and be aware, indeed, of any possible mistreatments or scams. I hope that answered the questions. Let's see if there's any other questions. Let's see, there's a last question from Maya. Do I need to take an extra English test if my entire education has been in English?
It kind of depends again. We usually only say you don't need an English test if you are from a native English-speaking country like UK, Australia, New Zealand, or the United States of America. So in your case, I would also send an email to admissions because I'm not 100% sure if we can approve of this specific certification.
Yeah, okay. So there's the contacts on the screen for admissions. and specifically that were mentioned. So do take note of that. And yeah, then we are rounding off the session for today. I'd like to thank everybody for having joined the session, especially from the audience, first of all. We had people from a lot of different countries joining in today. So thank you very much. And I actually have a last polling question for all of you, and it is to see how we did. So I'm going to put it on the screen. There you go. Let us know if we met your expectations for this webinar, and I hope we did. And I see already some good feedback, smileys, and everything. So that's good. Thank you. And of course, thanks everyone else. Thank you, well, the two program directors that are no longer here, but they helped us in the Inge and Dina. And of course, you, Anna. Thank you very much. And the students, Milan, Yara, and Liselotte, thank you very much for your time. And yeah, for everyone else, I hope you have the session was successful and you maybe can apply and be in Leuven next year. So good luck and bye-bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.